Good morning, Mona. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time. I know how busy you are these days, and I would love to hear all about you because you are an amazing writer, author, speaker. You have got so many accolades under your professional history. So tell me all about yourself.
Yeah, thank you, Trisha, for having me today. I love what you do as well. So let's start talking about what basically I'm doing. I've had over 15 years of experience with HR, project management, coaching, all these combined, of course, in hospitality. So I've worked with some of the best brands, hotel chains like Hyatt, like Jumeirah, like Hilton. And all what I've been doing, I love the way they do HR in hospitality because it's really very wide over the spectrum. And I've got to experience some of the best practices of human resources while working in hospitality with some global brands like Hyatt, like Jumeirah. So I've started actually upskilling myself because I thought, oh my God, like this quality of delivery, like deliverables, need to be really matching my skills. I need to upskill. I need to deliver even more of what's required because I need to match myself with the industry and the fast pace it's changing. So I've done coaching certifications. I've done project management. I've done the highest level in HR. So I'm a fellow CIPD right now. I've got into also different things like a lot of writing content about the industry, about HR, sharing thought leadership, about things that I'm really passionate about HR and seeing what's happening in the industry. So I would like to add value. I would like to contribute. So I always say whether I have a full-time job or whether I don't have it, there's always a scope for us to contribute and make a difference.
Fantastic, Mona. I love the attitude. That's really good. It's sometimes not as found in females in general to have this voice and really, really striving to be the best because there's so many other conflicting priorities in life. And I think that it's a really by no means it's a mean feat to be able to do everything very well. So congratulations on that front. I would love to hear a little bit about some of the market insights. You mentioned you've been in HR for, I guess, quite some time now. What are you seeing in the market? And then after that, I would love to touch on people and culture. But I know, for example, there's a lot more job applications or job applicants these days than pre-COVID. What do you foresee being the reason, and how can talent stand out when there's so many applications?
Well, really, to really answer this question, I would like to mention a statistic that actually was done by resume.io, and they found that Dubai is the second city in the world in terms of the number of applicants, job applicants. So basically, what they did, they took jobs posted on LinkedIn. And what they did is like they monitored in top cities of the world the number of applicants within a week. So Qatar Doha came number one, Dubai came number two, Abu Dhabi came number five. So in the UAE, it's really an attractive environment for people who come and apply for a job across the world. Now, why is this happening? It's happening because the number of opportunities, the kind of employee-employer relationships, and this, in this sense, I'm not saying that we are all perfect and we have nothing to improve, but I'm saying it's just the kind of credibility and image and the value people see for themselves when they think of coming and working in the United Arab Emirates. So it's really a proud thing to see Dubai coming number two and Abu Dhabi coming number five globally, actually. So this is really amazing. Now, of course, a lot of changes happened post-COVID in the way people apply for jobs, approach even the way we work every day. Of course, the Zoom, the technology make a big difference in the way we look and manage our work and life together. Even the applications, like the job applications, the way they get filtered now, the way they get looked at, the perception of employers and the knowledge of job applicants also change. It's a big deal. There is also a difference in how people started relating to their work, because before, when we talk about work or jobs or things like this, then most of us used to just look at job as one separate entity, and and then there is the rest of the life, which is actually not really working. But post COVID, actually, we started having a more holistic, a more comprehensive way of looking at how we conduct our lives. So our jobs, our careers, what we do for living or for passion, is actually an integral part of our whole life. So people start working from home, starting doing different kind of jobs. It's not only full-time now. And we saw the recent changes in the UAE labor law, which has introduced different categories of work. So actually, even the country, the laws are trying to respond as soon as possible to the new patterns of work. So I think these are all scenarios or new things that has come in our system of work now.
Perfect. Yeah, that's really great stuff. And I guess I think you hit a really good point that job seekers are so much more informed these days. They're really trying to, I guess, understand the process, the softwares that some companies have in place in terms of screening applicants, and of course, the various job boards that are out there. Because although I guess we don't 100% know on statistics, but maybe 60, maybe even 80% of jobs are found not posted online. They've come from referrals or from someone sharing a CV, and it's not actually advertised. And people really know, or they need to know, how to navigate the UAE market, because it's so different to Canada, Europe, US, etc. So I think that point really resonated with me.
Yeah, sure. Actually, also another thing is we see all these new things also coming in the law, like in terms of nationalization efforts, in terms of quotas, in terms of all these things, which actually now we're moving towards a new phase, I would say, a new cycle or a new phase post-COVID, and the way we do work, and the way we even recognize talent, and try to create more inclusive and dynamic job workplaces or job market, where everyone gets equal opportunities. I realize, I understand that we are still not there. We are in the process of actually working toward that part, but you will see a lot of exciting changes happening in the market right now regarding jobs and work.
Awesome. I want to come back to a point that you mentioned, recognizing talent. So from a HR perspective, when you've got 500 resumes, LinkedIn profiles coming to you, emails, people just desperate for a reply, how do you differentiate talent versus someone who is just applying for hope, inshallah, they get the job?
Well, this is really a very good question, because it really depends here on the company and on the quality of recruiters who are sitting in the company. So let's say, I think you will agree with me that not everyone who's doing the hiring job or the recruiting job is a recruiter per se, because it's really requires, especially now in this fastly changing market, require really adaptation to new skills, to new techniques, to be very fast, very quick, and spot on. So as you said, there's a lot of CVs coming from all over the places, people applying for jobs, LinkedIn, referrals, and all that. But if you are a good recruiter, you will actually first of all try to understand what is exactly the job requires, what kind of capabilities, competency the job requires. And after that, most recruiters now have this proactive, good ones, I'm talking about the good ones, have this proactive approach where they actually don't wait for people to apply for jobs. Yes, they post it, they do everything, but they actually go and headhunt, and they go and approach people, and they have a good network of people that they, for example, by the time the vacancy has become available, a good recruiter will already have people in his mind or in her mind in the market who they know or they worked with, or will know someone who will know a potential talent. So even the way the recruiters approach vacancies, approach hiring is totally different. And I think this is a very highly competitive market, as I told you. Like we have, yes, a big interest, a big supply of people who would love to work in, let's say, in the UAE, in Dubai, but no, well, then as a recruiter, this is your job, is you select the best of the best who will serve the purpose of the role, or the vision of the company, or let's say even in this case, the direction of the country. So yeah.
Yeah, perfect. I think that's amazing, because then that also comes down to, I guess, a service that I personally offer is personal branding. So even if you know if you're recruiting in 6 months' time because someone's pregnant or they're going to be leaving as an expat, the turnover is high. If a candidate, whether it's a VP, a C-suite position, or even sort of middle to senior management, if over time they have started posting subject matter expertise, thought leadership, and really deep, relevant thought content, then you will probably think, oh, what was that guy's name that I saw on LinkedIn or
Yeah.
Twitter or whatever, and then store that that person's records so when a role comes up, you want to contact them.
Yeah, sure. Actually, Trisha, you touched on a very, very, very important and key point in this day's market: branding, and it goes both ways. It's for personal, professional branding for candidates or for job applicants, or even for employees who are working. But at the same time, it's employee branding. So it's like they say, when you go to an interview, or when you want to think to select a company to work with, it's not about that it's a one-way selection or one-way choice. It's like you offer, like as a candidate, or you offer what you have, and the company also will offer what they have. But then you both actually will end up saying yes or no about each other. It's not that the company only will select you. So
Yeah.
in order for that to happen and to create the best fit in any kind of role, people need to work on themselves, because a lot of people like think about, and it's changing slowly, but a lot of people look at their work in terms of jobs, not careers. And there's a big difference between both things, because a job is a job, but a career is a lifetime endeavor, because it could be a job, it could be other assignments. A lot of people going for freelancing, going for part-time, going for different kind of their own thing, entrepreneurial. So a career is a lot of different efforts and endeavors that an individual will do in order to gain the skills necessary for his or her ultimate welfare in the market, or to increase his value in the market, basically. So it doesn't only happen through a job. A job is one key component that can happen in, but there are so many other avenues in this our current time, where people can actually build really fulfilling careers and benefit their society.
I love it, Mona. I don't know if you saw me typing, but I was just writing down an idea of that job versus career. It's so important, and you know it, but people don't think about it. So many people want to come to Dubai, just quickly get a job to get into the market, but actually, is it a hindrance to your career in taking this this step or this role, or maybe you've taken 2 steps backwards to be able to get into the market? And is that really the best choice for your career or not? So yeah, I would love to come back. We can certainly have another topic on that conversation. I was going to ask you about people and culture, but I think we might leave it there for now. I think that we've really hit on a lot of great points. And if you're open and willing, I would love to do maybe a little part 2, of course, at your convenience, and we can take a deeper dive on some of these amazing topics.
Why not? I would love to actually chat with you, Trisha, again. Why not?
Yes, thank you, Mona. Well, I really appreciate your time this morning. Thank you so much. And please, guys, stay tuned for part 2 of this discussion.